All right, guys, what's up? Video 3, third attempt. We fucked up. Actually, we didn't. We had a good podcast. It was organized, professional, and it didn't upload like usual. So, shit, I remember what we talked about. So this video we're talking about today, injuries and kind of how to pace your workouts out, or kind of how many days a week to work out. So, this all spurred, again, from this week. We had a lot of people asking how many times, should we come work out, because a lot of people are new to CrossFit. And that happened, and because the injury part, because it's coming up on a 1 year, and my 1 year anniversary of getting injured. So that's kind of a big topic, and because I know a lot of people who do get injured, it just kind of happens, it's the way of life. So kind of talk about with injury there too. So we'll get right into it. Make it maybe a little shorter this time, so to upload. I don't know what happened. So biggest thing, if you don't know, last year we were doing a competition, and Beast of Metro East, which was hosted by CrossFit Arzul, which is a good competition. We've done the team one, and both of us have done the individual one. Champs of the team one, technically tied
for first.
Tied for first, but it's fine. No, no rep feelings. Not last year, but the year before that.
Yeah.
But we were doing the individual one last year, and what happened was I got injured with my shoulder. Nothing wrong with the program or anything like that. What happened was, up to that competition, I was working on a ton of muscle ups and trying to, work with the flow and rhythm of them, and I was just doing way too much volume. And what happened was there's a lot, shoulder action going on in the competition, and there's no, one event that injured me, but following week, I was coaching a class, and we were doing ring dips. I went up to stabilize and, demonstrate, and I couldn't even hold my body weight into that position. So I was like, oh, something's fucking wrong, and, I gave it, like a week. I didn't do too much stuff there. It still really hurt. So, I thought it was more serious than, just like a muscle sprain or something like that. And the biggest thing is, we're kind of talking about here now, is kind of what happens when you get injured. So what happened is I kind of just kept working through it, and which isn't the smartest thing to do. I kind of kept going with, my normal routine. I thought it would just go away. I did a lot of, PT work, and I did a lot of recovery stuff, I was supposed to do, but I was still doing my normal movements. So the biggest thing that happens when you do get injured, and we'll talk about the two types of injuries too in a second, but the biggest thing you do, if you do get injured, and, it's a while, the biggest thing to do is just take time off. That's the time is what's going to heal it. Also, doing PT work and doing, ask your coach how to heal injuries if they don't know. Look it up or go see a doctor or something like that. But the biggest thing is you don't want to work through pain. So we'll kind of lead into the two types of injuries. One is actual physical pain. So you'll know, like, if I fucking pitch, that ain't hurt.
A little bit.
I thought you'd go ow or something, but see, unscripted, guys. Didn't work. So the biggest thing is physical pain. So like mine, I went up there and I felt a jolt go through my shoulder. So that physical pain. And then there's other being pain is like being sore, which that's just natural. From working out, you're ripping muscle fibers, or it's repairing itself. That's just soreness. So the biggest thing is injury. What we're talking about is actual physical. Oh shit, something's wrong. Like not being able to squat, or something wrong with your hips, or like last year we were doing the D-Town Throwdown, or sorry, 2 years ago we had a team, and one of the last fucking rope climbs I was doing, I was coming down and my foot got kind of caught up in there, and I kind of slammed, and I slammed on my knee, and I felt this jolt go into my kneecap, and I was like shit, because it hurt really bad, and I couldn't even walk, and we still finished the rest of the competition, but I had to pop a fuck ton of ibuprofen. Remember that? It's just all yeah, way too much, but it's okay. But after that, I still doing rehab stuff. But again, I was still working on it, like working through it, the pain, and because I thought it'd go away after a little bit, and that took a long time to heal too. So the biggest thing is just take time to heal it, and don't be out of the game, because both my injuries lasted 8+ months. So, but again, I wasn't doing what I was supposed to be doing. I was kind of being really, arrogant, and, not responsible about it. So
Stupid.
pretty much. I was pretty stupid, but you learn from your injuries or you learn from your mistakes. So, and it's just because it's me, it's my body and not someone else's body. So, like if you injured, I'd tell you to cut that shit out. So
Yeah.
Justin dropped the ball on that and just like didn't tell me. Just kidding. So, anything to add on injuries there?
Working through injuries. When we say that, it's not necessarily when it hurts to squat. We're not going to tell you to keep squatting. It's more of think of pressing. If you have a pinch in your shoulder when you do an overhead press, but you don't feel that pinch when you do a bench press, you're still pressing and you can still get stronger in pressing, but we're not going to tell you to do shoulder presses anymore until that heals. You're going to continue to do bench presses or push-ups or things that pressing in front of you to still build strength and endurance in pressing, but you're not doing it overhead anymore. You're going to recoup that. So you're still able to work out and still able to get more towards your goals, but we're not going to have you do any overhead pressing because you're just going to prolong the injury and it's never going to correctly heal itself. So it comes down to a decision. Here, we don't let you work through injury. So if we know that you're injured,
fuck no.
Yeah, if we know that you're injured and there's a movement that hurts, like you're physically in pain when you do it, we're not going to tell you to do it, or we're going to tell you to do it with less weight that's manageable, that doesn't hurt to do it. So like if you can do a shoulder press with 135 and it hurts really bad to do it,
we either tell you not to do it all or go to some variation of it where there's no pain.
Yeah. So like if you could do it with an empty bar and there's no physical pain, there's no pinching, there's no nothing, and you can do that movement for whatever reason, if that happens, then yes, you can do that because it's not creating any physical pain. But if you jump up to heavy weight and it's starting to pinch, it's starting to hurt really bad, no, why would you keep doing that? It's stupid.
So what Justin's saying is basically anytime you come in here and or work out at all with injuries, there's always stuff you can sub out for that movement. So basically what he's saying is either scale down the movement to again a different progression of that, or find a totally sub movement that you can do to replace that. So with injury, you can still work out safely, as like Justin was saying, doing it either with no pain or doing some other variation of working out where you can sub it out. So biggest thing, but you don't want to work through the pain and keep doing it because like you said, it's stupid. So, and I was doing it and it's stupid. Stupid. So injuries there. If you have any more questions, just shoot us an email, or text or something, comment, since it's Facebook now. But so the second topic we're going to talk about is how many times you should kind of work out. So we kind of gauge it in 4 different levels. So if you're total newbie to CrossFit, I think the best kind of way to do it is do a day on, take a day off, do a day on, take a day off, do it that way. If you're feeling a little better, do 2 days on, take a day off, 2 days on, take a day off. Third level would be 3 days on, take a day off, 3 days on, again, take a day off. And I feel like that's kind of the most common scheme with most people who do CrossFit. They do 3 days on, take a day off. And then if you're looking to compete, you're high level, or your body, you got so adapted to it, you can handle a little bit more volume. So like the way Justin and I kind of train, we strictly schedule our rest days. So some days we'll go 4 days on, take a day off, or we'll go, the whole week working out. But again, the way we program and, do all of our training is scheduled so where they flow with each other. So we're not just doing 5 days of squats in a row because their ass would be sore as hell. Right. Or, just doing jerks every day. So it's strictly scheduled where our body will recover as you go with the week, and the movements will complement each other as you go. So we'll kind of hit everything we need to in that week, depending on what our goals are and, stuff like that. So this got all brought on by, again, people asking us, especially all the people new to CrossFit. So we got a lot of new members coming in. How many times should we work out, So that was a big thing there. And also just because Justin and I, it's always good to take time off just because like this week is supposed to be our deload week. And we went to the start of the week going like, nah, we don't really need a deload week because we didn't do a ton last year. But since all our weight is a lot heavier this year and we're on a strength cycle right now, so it's a strength season for competition pretty much. And we went into this week, and then by Wednesday, we were like, fuck, we need to deload. Because my back was hurting, and
My legs were hurting pretty bad.
yeah, so, that's where you just kind of have to listen to your body. And, if you need a day off, take a day off, There's no point of coming in and working out if you're going to, feel like shit and, half-ass it. So it's better to just take your day off, rest, recoup your batteries, get back into it. So, yeah. Anything else there? Add there?
Not really.
No. So biggest thing is there, injuries and taking time off or getting into it. Listen to your body in every single circumstance. If you're hurt, don't do that movement. And if you're tired, take the time off you need it. And there's a difference between being tired and being a pussy. Sorry, it's just being honest.
Cut and dry.
Yeah, it's pretty much like if you are sore, there's a difference between being sore and actually physically sore. So, you can do a workout and get, sore from it, but that's just delayed onset muscle soreness. So DOMS, which is a total normal thing, everyone gets it. But you can still come in and work out and work through that soreness, because what will happen is as you get moving again, all that will kind of wear off and you'll be okay. Like we get it all the time. It's just one of those things. But if there's actually physically drained of energy, that's where you need to take, a day off and, just kind of recoup your batteries. But with CrossFit, since there is, it's more high intensity and you do a lot more full body movements, you're going to get a lot of, just kind of soreness, in your shoulders, legs, that happens. But sometimes you find out, because we got to the point where, coming in and actually just doing stuff will help relieve all kind of that soreness. I feel better coming in, doing something small or rowing or, just straight running or anything, get the body moving again, and I feel better than just kind of laying around. So
Something light.
So
Yeah.
anything to add?
No, if you're starting out, you'll kind of slowly start figuring out that you're going to be sore, probably maybe when you first start out more often than not. But you can work through fatigue. It's when you start to feel, sore all the time, drained of energy. Are you doing something stupid?
I did. You weren't looking.
No.
You looked out to the side.
If you're drained of energy, your appetite's
No, I wasn't doing anything. We don't get shit done because we just fucking laugh. That's what we do.
What was I talking about? Oh, yeah, you'll know. Okay, so if you come in and you're like, oh, I'm sore today, but you work out and you felt good through the workout. You started moving, you started to feel pretty good. And then there may be a week where you come in and you feel like crap. You're tired, you're drained of energy, you're unmotivated, appetite's gone. By the middle of the week, if that's still there, you're getting overtrained. You need to back off a little bit. Take a day of rest. Make sure you're getting enough sleep, eat enough food, and then slowly work your way back into it. Because if you're getting overtrained, it's not going to be fun. You're not going to enjoy coming to the gym. You're going to half-ass it at the gym, and then you're not going to start seeing results because you're overdoing it. But at the same time, there's a difference, when you're sore and getting overtrained.
So rest and mobility are just as important or even more important than working out. So it's kind of doing in the gym and out of the gym. So again, like the nutrition and sleeping and getting adequate rest and that kind of stuff is just as important as coming in, busting ass. So
Yeah.
good.
That's pretty much it.
I don't know which video is better, this one or the last one. This one at least there's no errors yet. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
All right, good.
Yeah.
So we're doing this new thing. So if you guys have any topics you'd like us to cover, comment below, or someone say something to us by email, text, whatever. We can kind of talk about what again our thoughts are on that. If not, we'll just kind of keep going by what happens in the week or things we think of, and from there. So.
And again, we're not experts on all of this stuff.
Well, just kidding.
No, we got our bachelor's in exercise science and stuff, so we have a very good understanding of what you need to do to get to your goals, how to exercise, how to move right, nutrition, mobility, all this stuff. We know the basic concepts to be able to help you to get to your goals.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we do this.
I think we know a lot more than that, but.
Well, yeah.
On top of that,
we got our bachelor's in this, and we do a lot of studies and things like that.
Yeah. So one thing we do every week, actually every Saturday, we do continuing education type things, and we actually got this from Coach Park, at McKendree. So when we were doing our internship, and I thought it was a great idea of just what we do is we just have one topic that we bring to the table and we talk about it. So to one, keep us fresh up to date with stuff, you know, if it's something very small, something like that.
Yeah.
It just continues us to again continue learning, because that's the biggest thing, especially in this field, is there's always new stuff coming out and new ways to do it. The old ways might be great, but you still got to stay on top of your education in that sense. So besides continuing our education just on our own of looking stuff up and, you know, reading scholarly articles and stuff like that, is, you know, we'll eventually start going to seminars and getting more certs and, you know, that kind of stuff that we want to do. Believe me, if I had the money, I'd go to like 8 different certs I want to do right now. But for right now, you know, we just got to keep learning as best we can. Still young at this game right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, until you see us training CrossFit Games athletes, we're at the games ourselves.
But yeah, that's
It'll
our
get there,
that's our
so.
little disclaimer. So
Yeah, we're not just two dudes making a podcast. That should be our podcast. Two dudes making a podcast. But again, we're trying to keep it still kind of funny and entertaining in a sense, because I don't want to watch a podcast. You know, how long is this? 16 minutes of us just fucking spitting out information, because that's not fun to watch. You know, we actually want it kind of entertaining. So that's why it is kind of a little less professional than how we actually act. So even though we're kind of goofy right now, in the sense of coaching, we're, you know, still are who we are as people, but professional, you know. So we're not just goofy kids, because we're not, and we kind of get stereotyped that way a little bit, in some sense. So
Alright.
it's okay, because we're badasses. Just kidding. That's kind of self-conceited. So again, next week, topic-wise, if you guys got something you want us to talk about, let us know. If not, train hard, stay healthy.
Yeah.
Eat apple. I don't know. Now it's getting awkward. Again,
That's
unscripted. We don't have an ending yet. I know I said we would, but this is kind of just our ending until we get an actual thing to say. So it's been a long day for us. Stormfront out.